this, and I unmute the desk audio so people can hear you because we're live.
What?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
I hit some buttons.
Technology is amazing.
Oh,
What?
I realized that I had turned down my own audio a fair bit, and the game for once came in quiet.
Oh.
As opposed to most of the other times where we've played this, where I was just like, Jesus Christ, why did they make it so loud?
Yeah.
I literally have, as I've mentioned, I have the volume down on 1 out of 10
Yeah.
on this game. It's so loud and I don't know why. Anyway,
Video games are too loud.
are you ready to get Edgeworth executed?
One of those words.
Wait, did I click the right? Okay, I didn't click the right one. Also, if I end up talking in an accent like I'm currently doing, it's because I've been hearing a lot of British people talk recently.
Oh no. Why?
Because I've been watching people play the social deduction game, Blood on the
Okay.
Clock Tower.
Gotcha.
Because I've also started playing it, and these people are entertaining.
Oh, okay. Cool. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed.
Just a second. Okay. I think I've only just now realized, because this is the first time that I haven't put Streamlabs into performance mode while we've played this game. I believe the picture on stream is very, very, very slightly squished.
Oh.
Like, not if you don't have literally the actual game paired up next to it, it is completely unnoticeable.
Yeah, I can't really tell.
But I just noticed that, and it distracted me for a second because I was like, Edgeworth's hair looks different there. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway. A memory of a murder.
A moida?
Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed?
I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never.
Nick. Yo! How's everyone doing?
Larry.
What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on! Tell me the truth, it was love at first sight, right?
Dude, stop.
She's 17. Right, Nick?
Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two.
I think you could do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero.
Can I leave this man?
What?
Larry, you really helped me out in today's trial.
You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know that he's telling the truth about that night? Nick?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's me.
Oh, sorry.
But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end.
Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me. Right, Nick?
Yeah, you, Larry.
Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick?
Captain! Phoenix almost definitely does mean you, Captain.
Yeah, you're the one that he trusts the most. Huh. Enough with the silent treatment.
Edgeworth!
Nick. Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? Trauma? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
He's changed back to what I knew him as a child. You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Wait. Was that when you two were classmates?
Yes. In grade school. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They'll save me and I'll never forget that. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know?
What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Huh. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final.
Okay. And now
Backstory!
someone has stopped texting me, so I'm not trying to split my attention. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial.
Class trial?
The class trial. You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen.
Lunch money?
Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home.
Huh, I see.
Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 still inside.
That's like a lot for when this came out. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that.
I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skip PE that day. I was the only one not in class.
So, they thought you did it?
Yeah. The kids in class said I should be put on trial.
Trial?
So the next day, we held a classroom trial, not classroom child, with me as the defendant.
Hey, can you tell which one's Phoenix? Can you tell? Can you tell which one in this room is Phoenix Wright?
I think it is clearly the adult woman with the glasses. I didn't do it.
He
did it! It was you, thief! Give the money back! You're such a meanie!
No one play with him!
You can't hide the truth!
We're not gonna play with you anymore! You shouldn't be allowed in the relay race or library time. Give me back my 50 cents I loaned you.
Now,
Which one is it gonna be?
Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize and went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened.
Objection! He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in this trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs.
Yeah, that's still so Edgeworth.
Even as a third grader?
Miles!
Look at this. Look at his little bow tie.
Of course he wore a bow tie.
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it?
No.
Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent.
Miles, it was your money that was stolen.
Yeah.
He did it. We don't need proof.
Make him say sorry. Why don't you all shut up? Oh, sorry. Why don't you all shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it.
You gave young Larry the same voice as the PA. From the last case. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends.
Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot.
He fell out of that chair almost immediately. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well...
I'm doing good things all the time.
I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see?
Something smells. It's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father.
I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney.
A few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
The DL6 incident.
Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
That's so sad.
It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything.
But why? What happened? I mean, That's not the Edgy I used to know at all.
1 second. Okay. Wait. Wait. There we go.
Eh?
Audio things.
Oh.
That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. Never replied.
I guess he didn't want to see his old friends.
I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him to learn why he'd become who he became. That's when I decided.
Wait, you don't mean that's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth?
If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believed in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth, other than Larry, but Larry is Larry. I'm the only one who can help him.
Whoa, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free?
Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except, I don't remember saying I'd do it for free?
Aw, Nick! Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay?
Right. Very well, maybe.
First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. You need to find out who or what he is.
Personally, I think he's a Sasquatch. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Thank you. Thank you, game, for auto-clearing evidence, because there's so much. I don't have to think about it as much. Go back.
Yeah, it's like we've already used this. We've already proved certain things. We don't need to continue.
Oh, I can go back to Grossberg now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I picked right. Because it took it away for so long. He's out. Again.
When does he work, anyway?
I don't know. Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Unless... Expensive. Huh. Yeah, it still says that, huh? Painting's gone. And the golden lighter is still a thing. Okay. Is there anything that I missed, maybe? Oh, plant. Expensive plant. Why did it give me the date, then? Wait.
I mean, you just have to unlock all the date stuff before the next thing happens.
Why isn't the lake an option anymore?
Because you're too far away from it.
But...
What?
But how can I be too far away from it? I was going to essentially the world map.
No. So you can't access everything everywhere. It's like, if you go to the lake, you have to go to the entrance of the park to get to the other parts of the lake.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Why wasn't the park there?
Because you were too far away. Grossberg's place is too far away. Anyway, talk to Edgeworth.
You look as grim as always.
Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen in
Yeah.
3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh. Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers.
Well, it probably really only mattered to me anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous.
Gee, thanks.
That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even.
Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth.
Perhaps.
Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right?
I couldn't let myself deny reality like you.
What do you mean?
My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook.
That would be Robert Hammond.
On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder.
Lost your memory?
Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys.
What's your relationship with Von Karma?
He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect.
Disagree.
I don't know about that part. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. Lying,
Bad choice.
cheating, threatening. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case. It's nigh well impossible to find weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away.
I think his weakness is that he's extremely quick-tempered and literally just an entire pile of hubris.
Yeah.
Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow.
He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit.
No kidding.
Alright, well,
Now do I talk to Grossberg?
no.
Now do I go to Gourd
Hey.
Lake?
Yes. Ignore Grossberg. We don't care about him right now.
Gumshoe! Hey pal, long time no see.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe!
Close one today, eh? I got so worked I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that? No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now, I'm off to catch me a criminal.
Detective Gumshoe sure is active today.
You cannot convince me that man did not fully sprint away.
Oh, absolutely. His tie flapping behind him. Oh, and then
He
he
ran
races
back.
back.
Oh, one other thing. Thank you, Gumshoe, for the Columbo reference.
Eek!
As you are very clearly partially designed after him. Anyway, no one can go into the woods today.
The woods?
Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while.
I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble.
Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. And
Then
he
he sprints
sprinted off again.
Alright.
Beach?
Beach.
Oh no, the samurai's gone again. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing.
Eyesore?
Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too.
I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Well, anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Just, you know where to go.
Yeah, I should go to the woods. By that, I mean, obviously it's the boat rentals because we need to get that parrot.
That old caretaker got away.
Yep,
I never imagined he might be the real murderer.
I kinda did.
Ahem!
I don't know that clearing of the throat anywhere.
Oh, there he is. I believe you were gross.
Uh-huh. Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you say.
Mr. Grossberg! This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow.
That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye.
What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway?
Who knows?
into the boat.
Hi, Polly.
Nobody's home. Hello! Hello! Oh wait, you were the parrot. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly.
Hello. Hello.
I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, do you remember what you learned?
The safe?
That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Polly, what's the number to the safe?
1, 2, 2, 8.
Let's open it, Nick. Come on.
I'm sure there isn't any money in there.
Aw. Are you gonna rob him? But hey!
She's certainly considering it.
He keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there.
There's a single envelope for $38. I'm not so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there.
Guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter.
A letter? Aw, boring.
There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth?
Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get your revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Pulling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail.
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions.
But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
So I have a theory. I'm going to say
Okay.
it now, so
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna say anything.
second guess myself. I think Von Karma views Edgeworth as a weakness.
As I said, I'm not saying anything.
Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Either that or he views Edgeworth as... No, he would view Edgeworth as a weakness because Edgeworth has lost a case.
He's lost 2 cases.
Yeah, to the same guy. Thus tarnishing his reputation as a teacher because his student failed. Yes.
Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, pictures of the fish they caught, right?
Right. But don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you?
Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away.
Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him.
Why do I feel like we're having 2 different conversations here?
Maya is adorable, and we love her.
Also, I'm pretty sure the one in the bottom right is an anglerfish, and I don't know why that one's here.
Is fun.
Polly, give us information.
Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick.
You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. Sure, they'll do something.
Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you.
Great, now the bird's gonna hate me.
Alright, time to go back and see Edgeworth.
Yeah. Oh, Edgy.
No, you got evidence.
I
To show.
sure did. Take that! Edgeworth, see this letter?
Hmm.
This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge? On me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know.
Could he be an innocent defendant? Got declared guilty or something?
Nice, right, but I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then?
And if it was someone like that, why would well, if Edgeworth and Hammond ever went not squared off in court, but it's thoroughly proven that that hasn't happened because Edgeworth is
Edward didn't remember
Yeah.
Hammond.
didn't remember Hammond's face or anything like that. He just knew the name.
Which means there was someone else behind it.
Now
Now
it's
it's
time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life.
Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond? It also says this is your last chance.
Last chance. Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident.
Wait. Wait. That old man. What is it? Do you know who he is?
It's Yogi. Yeah.
Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
Bear?
Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent.
Thing to talk? Yes.
Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier! I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused a temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Edgeworth. Right.
Just for me, did it say Miles Edgeworth or just Edgeworth?
I think the full thing does say Miles
Okay.
Edgeworth.
I was thinking maybe it could also be technically referring to his dad.
It could be, but I don't. Yeah. I would have to go back and, and read it. I don't remember.
Yeah?
There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you.
You mean the nightmare?
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed.
Crime you committed?
A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night.
That sucks.
I wake up in a fearful sweat every time.
Edgeworth. Therapy. Therapy, my dude.
What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What? What are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying at my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Bang. Whoa! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. I don't know. I think throwing a gun at a guy and it accidentally going off doesn't mean you killed your dad.
No.
What? Like it's definitely not murder. At most it would be like manslaughter or like accidental
Manslaughter,
whatever.
criminal negligence.
Yeah, something like that.
You were a
If you
child trying to
you were a
save
child,
him.
you were a third grader.
You were a third grader who threw the only thing available at
Yeah.
someone.
You didn't even shoot it, you just threw it. If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles
Okay,
Edgeworth.
it
There we go. There we are. Yeah. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. I mean, he did attack your dad. That's why he wanted revenge against me.
Wait, Edgeworth, you mean...
It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father.
Okay, here's the thing, though.
Huh?
I don't understand why they needed to bring in a spirit medium for this.
You know, to talk to the dead. I don't know. Yeah, it is weird because it's like it seems like a pretty shut,
They
shut
were
case.
trapped in an elevator, and the one person who would reasonably have a gun is still alive, and so is a child, and there's someone with a bullet hole through them.
Yeah, it's like it seems like it should be pretty easy, but like yeah.
But also, they did show a picture in it at
Mm.
one point, where it did show a bullet had gone through the glass of the elevator,
Uh-huh.
and I
Which I
wonder if
could see
that's
that
gonna
as
come
like,
back.
well, and like the way that I saw that is like,
That's a way to
oh,
get air in there.
if you shoot the glass, you can breathe again. Yeah.
Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah. Anyway,
Might be able to
continue.
get the oxygen from the rest of the elevator shaft. This is bad because you just said that in a detention center with a camera and mic in front of you. It's not going to be used as evidence against you right now, but
What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do?
I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not. There's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident. Maybe.
Huh. Hmm. Maybe. There is, Nick! There is someone else who knows about DL6.
Does it
Let's
happen to be
go.
Grossberg? I've wanted to just tell us about DL6 since the beginning of the game. Since the whole red white case, I've wanted him to just tell us what it was.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
Just calm down and tell me what happened, hmm?
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He.
I see. And he said that on camera. Oh, God. So Mr. Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It was only a dream. Only a dream.
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, hmm?
Well,
Because Edgeworth kind of talked himself into thinking it? Also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real, as you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. Pistol fired, and the deed was done.
no. I don't believe it.
Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. So, he killed the man who got him declared innocent.
On insanity charges.
True. But the only way that he could get declared innocent. Tell us about Grigory. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. Sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The results, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost. He died in despair, as it were.
I see.
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fay. I'm Gregory.
I mean, it's Misty. Do you want to be Misty?
You can.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi.
Yet Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless.
Okay.
I know this.
Anyway.
I know that this is the game, but
yes.
Occam's razor was thrown into a bonfire, and then a nuke was dropped on it.
Yeah. Can you present the letter to Grossberg?
Sure can. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
So, but he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait. What is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Manfred von Karma. Could it be Manfred von Karma? Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? I'm not sure. Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait! You're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. That's why it's overly neat and perfect. I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean, then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? I guess I talked to him again.
Yeah, you got more things to talk about.
If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no.
But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win, but he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial, but Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe.
You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. He spent the entirety of the vacation just screaming. He did nothing else for several months. Odd. If he wanted a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation?
What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6?
I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know? I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone.
Also, no, accidental murder is not murder. At most, it is manslaughter. Murder needs intent.
It sure does. But then again, this is the Phoenix Wright justice system.
Yeah, I know.
Which anything goes, apparently.
Anybody who gets guilty gets executed or something? I don't know.
How in the world has Von Karma only had one person ever call him out on his bullshit?
Yeah. Anyway. But, Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave.
I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, you say so. I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. police materials, huh? Do I go?
To the police
Do I go?
station. Go to White, yeah.
Yep.
One day left, Nick.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. There's hardly anyone here.
Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you! I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for, I don't know, someone.
Some yoga instructor. Some yogurt instructor.
I think it was a bear
A bear who likes yogurt
and picnic baskets.
and yoga.
Of course.
Sounds like a Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. You were wondering if we could check out the records room again.
My brain
What?
just,
What?
when you said pounding the pavement, despite the fact that I thoroughly know that term, we've made multiple jokes about Gumshoe just sprinting around.
Yes.
My first thought was him just kneeling down and just hammering his fist on the concrete.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I did picture that when I said it as well. Of him just going boom, 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 boom for Mr. Edgeworth.
All right, pal, tell me where Yogi is. Well, now I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there.
Von Karma?
Yeah, he just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room.
He's probably not doing anything suspicious.
He's definitely not burning files or something.
Dusty as always.
We're only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean.
What's wrong, Nick?
Nothing. Just noticing that he isn't here.
Von Karma. Uh-huh. Huh? One of the drawers here is open.
Someone must have been looking in it recently.
The label says, Unsolved Cases. Evidence.
Unsolved cases?
Nick! The file for GL6. It's completely empty.
What?
What are you doing here? I don't like looking at him like this.
No.
It's very bad. Von Karma! You. How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team? Defense team? Ahem, I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed.
So I'm currently holding my shovel. And I just...
He looks really bad straight on. Like,
he
just
sure
really
does.
bad. Why does his face look like? What is wrong with his eyebrows?
What eyebrows? That's just...
It's just a brow line. But why is it shaped like that?
Because he's evil.
That's fair.
They gave him as pointy of features as possible, without
show
just
how evil he
making
is?
him literally spiked.
Yeah.
Can see
Anyway.
how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor.
I guess we have to talk to him now. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second rate. Dang, dude.
Mr. Von Karma? You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record.
Huh.
So you did.
So,
But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
that, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. 15 years, in fact. Still, you will lose in the end.
And then for completely unrelated reasons, I screamed for several months after that happened. Unrelated.
Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know that Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow.
Hey, you ready to do something really stupid?
Present him with
Like
the letter.
literally this. Yeah. Apparently you're supposed to do that? And it's like, why?
Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this.
And then he rips it to shreds, probably.
This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yana Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. Why? You've saved me a lot from a needless hassle.
What?
Nick? What is that thing?
A taser. Stun gun because taser is copyrighted.
Yeah.
A stun gun for self-defense. Usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600,000?
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now, give me the letter.
No.
No! Whoa, what are you? Nick, run! Ah! Dude, did you just shock a child? She's a minor.
I threw my shovel away. I need to strangle this man. It has to be my bare hands. But Maya!
Out of my way!
He got us. The letter's gone, of course. He took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. And there's just nothing that the police did when there was literal screaming in pain.
Yep.
Fucking typical. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! I don't think Maya's gonna be the one talking. Maya, open your eyes. Maya? Or maybe she is.
The letter. Did he take it?
Huh? Oh. Yeah. Are you okay?
I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all.
Maya! There'd be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding something. Oh, shit. Oh, she has the bullet.
The bullet.
DL6 evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember when Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. Most definitely not useless. Prove it to you in court tomorrow. But first, hey, I would like to file assault charges against Manfred von Karma.
Yeah, he
because
attacked
he
myself
literally
and a minor?
he literally just stun gunned both of us.
And like there are definitely cameras in the records room, right?
There should be. But the only cameras that they ever seem to care about are ones that take singular pictures.
Yeah. Anyway.
This is it. Judgment Day. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Yeah. What's the big deal?
Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick.
Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Hedgeworth is looking glum as always. Hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard.
Whoa. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back.
Maya? Maybe you should go outside and discharge?
Right, good idea.
Why does this girl's body hold electricity so well? Is it because she's a spirit medium? Did she just develop lightning powers? Is she going to become a superhero?
I don't know, but I also hold on to electricity like really well. That I do also have to like discharge sometimes. Like if it's like there's a thunderstorm or something, or it's like it's really staticky, I have to go and like brush myself down and like ground myself to get to get electricity out of my body.
I used to.
Yeah, I used to like shock Chris all the time before I figured out how to do that.
I used to like shock myself constantly. But I don't think it's happened to me in years at this point.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me, because I don't know what changed.
Anyway. Whoa! Oh, that's you.
Whoa, pal! What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth.
Good morning.
How did it go, Detective? That was the wrong voice. Have no fear, as promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. Just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock, I got it on the way and I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? Because the parrot says remember DL6. He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. Which, if you have memory problems, and one of the things that you get your parrot to learn is your grudge, once again I say to the men of these games, therapy. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready. Ooh, playing by the rules.
Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask the prosecution submit decisive evidence.
Understood.
Come on, don't be awed into silence every time by every little thing that he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement.
Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in a boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost his memory of his name and identity.
Witness, why did you run away yesterday?
The witness was not running away, as he will now testify.
I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. No, I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his own name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Alright, what am I pressing?
I figured I got nothing to do with this incident.
You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep. Seems like it. And how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in old Codger's head? It's impossible.
Glad to see you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness, please continue. And then press on the motive statement.
How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
Prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of those statements are lies. Order, order. Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma. He's Gregory Edgeworth. No.
Yeah.
His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi. That name seems familiar. 15 years ago, I was judging in this very courtroom. I'm the only judge, by the way. Oh.
Incorrect.
Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident? Figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. What does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Just. Jumping to conclusions, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, this Yanni Yogi, fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? Do we not have, fingerprints? This is a court of law, as you may recall.
You have Edgeworth's fingerprints on record. Why don't you have a court bailiff's on record?
Or, yeah.
Or
Especially someone who is
giving a witness testimony or anything.
Yeah.
He was literally on trial. He was literally on trial for the murder of Gregory Edgeworth. Why the hell do you people not... I hate this world so much. I hate it as much as I love it.
And allow me to repeat once more, the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. Can't prove Yogi right. He's Yogi right here, right now. And I've got nowhere else to go.
Nick! How are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi?
It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor? Please take this man's Thank you! Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. Makes sense.
Tisk.
Von Karma took all of the evidence from that case.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
What? What? No fingerprints?
Find dental records. I don't know.
Yeah, you see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a Oh, god damn it. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Now, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no?
No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. No. Can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There's no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. No human being knows who this man is. Nick, what are we gonna do?
I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright? Perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief,
Yeah, you're very funny. Sir Winter Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot.
What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to.
Your Honor? The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up?
On my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Let's go!
Order. Order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have the right to do so, as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy! Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Yeah. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
Very exciting.
Judge, just like, is this any... It's going to be entertaining. And Von Karma seems annoyed, so it's kind of a win-win for me.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who's your owner? Please testify for us. Hello. Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination. Right.
What are you going to do, Nick?
I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Which one do I press?
On hello. Yeah, the only thing she says.
Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her.
Right. What do I say? What's your name?
Maybe I should get her to say her name?
Polly, what's your name?
Polly? Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Of course.
Of course. Yes, it does.
Huh. Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who the caretaker is. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parent's name reveals the caretaker.
DL6 case file!
Okay. The DL6 case file?
That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us, or stop wasting our time.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in the file is this information connected to the parent?
Suspect data, because he is the suspect.
On the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right here, he was arrested. His fiancée committed suicide. See? I didn't mean to do that. What was his fiancée's name? Polly. Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible.
Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all.
It is like the most generic name for a parrot.
Yeah, it is like, yeah, no, he just happened to, yeah. What does that mean? Oh, sorry. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
She's only 7 Oh, that's you still.
She's only 7 years old.
Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in the murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that?
Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence.
Right. What? Very well, witness, you may continue. Press? Or do I go back to hello?
On hello. Hello.
Witness, you can't just say hello, okay? Testify.
What is the safe number? Wait.
Yeah!
Sorry. No, that was correct. That was correct.
Okay.
You're good. Sorry. Huh? The safe? Why?
Just try to get her to say anything, okay?
Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack?
122812228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Yeah. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Huh, ridiculous. How can the number of a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof.
Is it like his birthday?
No. What happened on December 28th?
Oh, right.
Which is in a... Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the DL6 case file again. Yeah. The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number.
Summary! Case summary.
It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah, he used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Bah! This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number one.
And suddenly, Manfred von Karma lost thousands upon millions of dollars that day.
This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing.
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Witness, tell us your name.
Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember.
Nah, it's okay. Oh shit. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. Done.
Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Oh, sorry.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. It's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order, order. Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was planned for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets.
He was like 8 years old, dude.
Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth.
Thank you, Judge!
What do you mean? 15 years, yeah, 8 or 9? Because he's 24 now?
He was in 3rd grade, so he would have been 8 or 9, yeah, depending. He was probably 8 though.
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where's Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is...
Innocent. In this case, at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand?
Miles Edgeworth, you keep your mouth shut!
There are few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case, so I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Not guilty! Hooray! Alright, guys, we'll see you next week with a brand new game that has nothing to do with...
That's all. This court is adjourned.
Yeah. Bye!
I recognize the voice. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... Oh... Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. I'm a petulant child. As we have heard, Yana Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them about he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. And today's the last day of the statute of limitations. And prom is tomorrow!
Oh no! Who's driving the bus?
He's going to tell him he killed his own dad.
What do I do?
Leave it to Edgeworth.
Yeah. No. Sure, Edgeworth thought about this long and hard. This isn't my place to interfere.
Nick, are you sure?
There's nothing we can do about it. This is his problem now.
For 15 years, I have had a reoccurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know, it wasn't a dream. Yana Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I'm guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me!
Order, order. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial, right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
As a child.
As a child, yeah.
As a literal third grader.
Yeah.
I think I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. I'm going to be honest with all of you, I just really have to pee. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
So, we do have quite a bit more to do for this last thing. We have 10 minutes, so, you know, we'll get through a lot, but do you want to save this, or do you want to just go over a
How
little?
much more do you think there is?
This is the last witness testimony. But the problem is that I'm just getting, like, you know, the actions of present this, choose this, you know, press that.
Uh-huh.
And, like, the first witness testimony had just 4 actions, and that took, like, 20 minutes to get through because there was just so much dialogue in between.
Yeah.
And, like, this is going to have a lot of dialogue and lore and back and forth.
Yeah.
And, like, we might be able to do it, but it just might be, like, we might go 30 minutes over.
But it also
'Cause then-
feels really weird to leave it right now.
Yeah. And then there's going to be the stuff after the trial, because this is the last case, and so it's going to have the epilogue stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely not enough for a full stream next week.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay, let's go. I've just wasted all your effort.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you... Really a dad?
I didn't want to believe it myself, detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished.
I've been a bad
Murder
boy.
is murder, no matter what the circumstances. Again,
This is crazy.
Murder.
Just crazy. That's not how the law works. Why are any of you allowed to be lawyers? What are you talking about?
all right. It's
Like, listen, I know I'm not the best detective in the world, but I know the laws. Also, Mr. Lawyer, Wright, that's your name. Why do you have, like, what clearly looks like a taser burn mark on you right now? What happened to you?
Nick, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case? For what?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. Sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in the court record. In any case, tighten your belts. Real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right. Okay, I need water, so I'm gonna
Go.
be right back.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt, has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. Statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well.
I am here.
Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth. 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. will be the key, and only if I can get it to work.
Please, please. That day, I had gone to courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it to Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
Until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. What am I pressing?
Present deal 6 case file to a moment later a single gunshot. I don't know if you recall.
Is it the glass thing that I've mentioned?
No.
Or that we have a...
Okay, present
the
case
bullet.
file. Present the case file, please.
Are you sure you only heard one gunshot?
Because this is the case of there's more than one gunshot.
Of course there is.
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? Well, now it's relevant, so... I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? It's the one that we haven't seen yet.
Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says, quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you are aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. But there is no proof that a second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What? I see. You have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot had something to do with this case?
Of course.
Yeah.
And this is what you were talking about. There's a whole other bullet hole. There are two bullet holes.
Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible.
Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise For after you've seen the evidence? Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence of the second firing?
The photograph. Look at this
No,
photograph.
not that one.
Nope. It's of my
That
father.
one. There it
He
is.
used to make me laugh. Anyway.
Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. You can see that the victim is lying there. Lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Thank you, Phoenix. He's right.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Yeah. He's right there.
Take that. It should be obvious the contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired the second shot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, you must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. But, Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course.
Yeah. I knew I should have stepped in before you had your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright. Look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
Case summary? That's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Order, I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Comet says, the second bullet fired was not found. It's highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. Is it, though? So, all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid that I have to discount the defense's claim.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
I want to punch this man so many times. God, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising in a...
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick!
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No.
I literally grabbed it from Von Karma's hand.
But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. That's the first bullet. That's the one that was found in his heart that they did find. They never found a second bullet.
Yeah, but if it was in his heart, then how could it have gone through the elevator door?
You are correct. There is a second bullet. It just was never found.
Just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. So certain of it, I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person somewhere else fired the killing shot. But now, it's wrong to think it could be that simple. Cases stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick.
Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the... Oh my fucking god. Are you kidding me?
Did you figure...
Did Von Karma
did
literally
what?
shoot him through the elevator?
You figured out the puzzle! I was wondering when you were gonna, realize it was Von Karma behind this whole thing.
I mean, I knew that he was, but I didn't know it was literally that behind it. The shot that shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to this trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. Statute of limitations of the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce the verdict on the defendant today right here.
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? Been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. I have an objection?
Of course. No objection means you lose.
Your Honor, I object.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Nick?
I don't know. His case is nowhere near perfect, but for some reason I'm gonna fucking say it is.
Oh no.
It must exist.
It must exist. Ah, this is mine.
Yes.
It must exist. The second bullet.
What? What did you just say?
Nothing.
The second bullet must exist. Where?
Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed. What? We've heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. Really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer.
The murderer. Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
No.
No?
I said no. No. They didn't need to.
Why would
Search
the
for
murderer
it.
have spent time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Er,
Had to take it.
had to take it. The murderer. What does that mean?
You're thinking too normal. Think crazy.
Think perfectionist.
Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
So there would only be one bullet
No,
found.
no. You are putting an intent. There was no intent. They did not need to get the bullet, but they had to.
Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. The murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet from the scene. Had to, Mr. Wright. What do you mean? Well, for instance. For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it. Take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know?
You might need to recover for,
Several months.
a few months.
Wait a second. Just talking off the top of my head. What if that's what really happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot and then left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes, guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside. Yes. Two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright? Truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I can't deny the possibility of what you say.
Oops. Sorry. I accidentally clicked off the page. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. Can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick?
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy?
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory had dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. He spent a bunch of months just screaming in the hills. Last vacation.
What if Von Carver didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured?
But took it because he was injured.
Which would mean
Could only mean one thing.
he was the murderer in the DL6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma.
Oh, man. Something wrong, Miss Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you've indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What?
The what?
Von Karma.
Von Karma? It's
You
like,
mean the
Edward
Von
does
Karma.
the... Yeah.
The prosecutor, the one standing right over there. This guy,
I just wanna
this
say
man
that
with
I
the
imagine-
terrifyingly shovelable face.
I just want to say that when Edgeworth like heard that, he just slowly like cricked his head over to look at Von Karma in like shock and rage. Bah!
Listen, Edgeworth, I know I was probably gonna give this to Lotta, but I think it's yours now. You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? You kind of need to. Again, that's the rules of the court.
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use.
Edgeworth?
I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery.
He did it himself.
That would leave a doctor as a witness.
Either that or he just left the bullet in for the past 15 years. Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane.
No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait, what does that mean? That the bullet has to be somewhere. But where?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Of course.
Show evidence.
Show evidence.
Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
What?
The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is...
Metal detector!
We do still have it, huh?
Uh-huh.
Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, even leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean. I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out.
Really got to his brain. Really got to him.
We could use
blood poisoning just seeping into his blood.
This man should have gone through toxic shock several times. Anyway, we could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find.
Objection! I refuse.
You refuse. But refusing this means you acknowledge
You
that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order.
And
Your Honor,
he's old enough that he could have like metal parts in his body.
That he's not claiming that. Your Honor,
Yep.
the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma?
You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen. And so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. It's okay, we'll just,
Take it out and compare it to the
compare
bullet
it to the
that we
other
have ballistics
bullet.
for. It's fine.
Yeah.
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here. Not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday and then insulted me and a minor.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
No,
No.
I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link the bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. Here's my final proof. Boop. Steel still bears clear ballistic markings. That's a bullet?
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings?
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. You've seen this. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets, then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, will you let us remove the bullet from your shoulder? Then, we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Oh, that's the same yell.
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait. I know. Help, can't breathe.
Breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air.
Get away!
Get away from my father. A bang.
It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Mr. Von Karma?
So it was you.
Jesus Christ, dude.
You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death, 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 death. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
You need to give him a more evil voice, but it's fine. I was careless.
I will. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. Covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain. Horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw the 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime! Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge!
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring it into this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
you were innocent. You are innocent. You technically shot a man, but that's fine. You said it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, which,
Let's go.
for anyone keeping track, Von Karma, you'll love this. That is 2 cases that Von Karma has lost to Phoenix Wright.
And
That is all. This court is
2
adjourned.
cases, and just all for, just like being really good at this. Phoenix solved 2 cases, one of which was a 15-year-old cold case
Uh-huh.
in one trial.
Yep.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know. I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now, it's all just a good memory.
So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Just that face is like, this
He's
is
like,
a
I did
good
have to
memory
relive
for
my
you?
father's death.
Why is this
Yeah,
a
I'm like-
good memory for you?
I had to look at the picture of my father's dead body again, and yeah, it was really bad, actually.
I
Right.
really hope that I don't have that nightmare again tonight. Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you. Right.
You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that.
Wait, why are you two kissing?
No, but sorry, hold on. Wiping my mouth. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
She's got you there. Woo! Amazing. And I went southern. Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Whoop. I feel foolish.
That's because you didn't commit enough to it, Edgeworth.
Don't worry, take a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hey, y'all! I'm also here. Lotta! Y'all were great in there.
Thank you.
Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank you. Oh, thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start. Of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in a cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh?
Speaking
Speaking
of
of
which, what are you doing now, Lotta?
Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh?
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
His girlfriend broke up with him. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now?
Oh, Nick. I'm not long for this world.
You don't look sick?
It's Beyonce. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick! She's leaving me behind.
Should have seen that coming.
Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift for me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you.
Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal.
Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right?
I think you'll be fine, Larry.
Right.
Yeah, what's up?
That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it.
Well, yeah. It's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes.
It's $38, right?
Huh? Weird amount. I mean, it's not little, but it's not a lot either. 38 exactly?
Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
I knew Larry did it. $38. No. No. Larry!
What are you so surprised about, Wright?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? That doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history.
Edgeworth? You didn't know, did you?
I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah. Too well.
Right? You may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
I know.
Really, right? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, huh?
Edgeworth?
Hmm?
Should have told me.
Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it!
Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah! And you get worked up too easily, too.
Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I had known, I'd have become a prosecutor.
The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all.
Edgeworth.
Want to switch, right? Hey, y'all! Line up! I'll take a photo! Hey, photo time! Let's go!
And after that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's only 5. Maybe you should go back to sleep. Huh? What's this? Letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Goodbye? What time is it? First trains from the mountains have already left. It's the station. Guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick?
Maya! So you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. Man, I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes. Only her voice, but still. It was the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped Mr. Grossberg and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything! All I did was wander around in a daze.
You stopped me from being held in contempt of court. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence? The bullet. That she
And
got.
the bullet, yes.
A bullet?
Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick.
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm going to complete my training and come back.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
I don't know about that.
So, this is it. See you soon. Oh,
See you soon, Maya.
that's one goodbye. Because this is the turnabout goodbyes.
Yep.
Plural. Thanks, Nick.
So my story ends. Time to turn a new page. Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. Same old crazy cast of characters.
Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. I got a bad feeling about this.
And there we go.
Hey, pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. What did talk about a pleasant surprise?
Whoop! Detective Gumshoe!
Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now. Yeah.
Who? Right, yeah, I remember him. Heard he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. Sure, he's grateful. Shut up, Payne. Phoenix Wright? Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, should know, recently, yes. Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright? Yes, me is understudy, was he not? Wonder how he's doing, haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth, the center, yeah. We get it, Grossberg.
Lemon.
Weird lemon man. Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. Can star name like Phoenix. Definitely if the first name is Joaquin. Pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I'm sure that Mr. Wright, great deal, keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over.
I got a letter the other day from Maya. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway?
Mountain. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, alright? But you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit. What a dog. What kind of Kid, come on.
You've literally seen Will Powers before.
Lotta.
Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy? Huh, me? I've been training to become a paranormal photographer. You know, that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. Aww.
Not really behind
Everybody's
them.
there. Everyone's there. By the way, that was not the last episode. Surprise!
Rise from the ashes.
All right. Well, we definitely need to end this because it is almost an hour after we would normally end it.
Good night.
Good night.